Hello there and welcome. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my on-again, off-again experience with the Curly Girl method and how I modify it to fit my hair needs. My Curly Girl story starts back in 2002 when Lorraine Massey published this book. Yes, I have the original edition. In the original edition Curly Girl book, the method is actually really simple. That might surprise you if you have read about the Curly Girl method online. I can't really speak to what the Curly Girl method has evolved into in her subsequent book or books. She has since published at least one other book, and I can't speak to that. I haven't read that one. As I said, the Curly Girl method in this first edition book is really simple. You throw out your blow dryer and you throw out your shampoo. You use conditioner for shampooing, and there were some concessions. For wavy hair, wavy-haired people were allowed to use a gentle shampoo once a week, and she also said you could use a diffuser to dry your hair instead of air drying. For products, silicones were not banned. She suggested avoiding silicones because they can weigh down some people's hair. And she also said to use a gel with no alcohol and suggested using a clear gel because colored gels can make your hair look dull over time. So again, that's the method from the first edition of the Curly Girl handbook. Very simple and also didn't work for me. After about 4 days of this, I had such a terrible, itchy, oily scalp. I was in pain and I had to shampoo my hair. I was in college at the time and I didn't have a lot of money or time to try different products to figure this out. There also weren't a lot of different products at the time. So I ended up quitting. I kept the techniques that worked for me, which was basically washing and styling my hair upside down with a clear gel, and I alternated between letting my hair be curly and blow drying it straight. I went back to shampooing my hair every day or every other day with Head & Shoulders, which I needed for my itchy scalp. A few years later, in medical school and medical residency, I did not have time to blow dry my hair every other day. But I hated the way the front of my hair looked if I just let it air dry. All those years of blow drying it straight and using shampoo and conditioners with really heavy silicones had made it so the front of my hair, which got straightened a lot more harshly than the rest of my hair, just wouldn't curl very well anymore. So in medical school and residency, while I was letting most of my hair be curly, I was straightening the front part of my hair so that I created more of a 2B wavy look, and I was still using my Head & Shoulders shampoo and my conditioner with a ton of silicone. Then I had a baby, and I had even less time to do my hair, and I was reading articles online about people who said they used the Curly Girl method and they could go for days without washing their hair. I thought, that sounds good. I don't have time to wash and style my hair every day, which is what I had to do with my current method. So I tried the Curly Girl method again, and of course I got the same result, because I didn't really do anything differently. There were more internet forums and online groups by this time, so I lurked around in one and decided to try an apple cider vinegar rinse for my itchy scalp. That took away the curl from my hair. It looked pretty bad and I freaked out and I stopped trying to do the Curly Girl method again. That was after about a week or two. I went back to my old ways of taking care of my hair, but I didn't stop reading about the Curly Girl method. I kept reading. And after about 6 months of reading, I decided to try again. And this time it worked. I really owe the success to all the hard work of the women during all those years where I had quit using the Curly Girl method. They were developing techniques and reading about ingredients and writing blog posts online and making videos on YouTube, and they were the ones who really helped me figure out how to get my hair to work for me. And then the one thing I decided to do on my own was make sure that I treated my scalp with an anti-dandruff shampoo. As a doctor now, I had learned if you have a health condition, pretending that you don't have a health condition and hoping that it just goes away without treating it doesn't usually work. So I started the Curly Girl method again, but I introduced an anti-dandruff shampoo, which I used as a clarifying shampoo, and I used it once a week. In between, I used a co-wash, and if I needed to wash my hair again during the week, I used a mild clarifying shampoo. For stylers, I read about ingredients, and I learned that glycerin can be a bad thing for some people when it's really humid or really dry outside, so I cut that out of my regimen in the summer and winter. And in the fall, I found that Eco Styler olive oil gel works really well for me. And so with all of those things, I started having some success until I got pregnant with my second baby, and my hair just wouldn't curl right. Also, I found that the way it touches my face when it's curly just made me nauseous, and in the first trimester I had to straighten my hair, so I stopped the curly girl method again. After baby number 2, after we got settled a little bit, about 6 months ago, I started the curly girl method again with the following modifications. I still need an anti-dandruff shampoo, but I found a gentler one that I can use more as a low poo shampoo. I still use a low poo shampoo every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes it's the anti-dandruff shampoo if I feel like I need it. Sometimes it's not an anti-dandruff shampoo if my scalp's doing okay. And I alternate that with a co-wash if my hair is feeling dry. And I still need a regular clarifying shampoo once every 1 or 2 weeks. Aside from that, I read even more about ingredients and read a lot about the protein and moisture balance that is needed to keep my hair curling optimally. If you have too much protein in your products, your hair is going to get dry and frizzy. If you have too much moisture in your products, your hair is going to get weighed down and limp and it won't curl. And everybody's hair has a different preferred balance. And I learned about polyquats. I learned that some polyquat ingredients cause buildup on my hair, and other polyquat ingredients cause my hair to have longer lasting curls. It's now going on 6 months, as I mentioned, and I feel like I'm really happy with my curly girl story so far this time around. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay curly.